ladies and gents. Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and welcome to week 11 of the reverse diet. 11 weeks in. That is crazy. Most people don't even do a prep for that long. All right, so next week is going to be week 12. I'm going to do like a full-blown recap of the entire reverse. I'm going to talk about the results. I'm going to talk about all this stuff. That's going to be kind of like the finale. So I don't want to dive too much into the details on today's video because I'm going to save a lot of that juicy detail for the next video. However, I do want to let you in on what I'm going to be doing over the course of the next 2 weeks with regard to my nutrition and my macros because it's all relevant. So I'm going to keep the same macros tentatively for the next 2 weeks to see if my body basically stabilizes and that becomes my new baseline. I'm going to be pretty aggressive with those macros. I've been averaging about 3,500 calories a day. I'm going to bump that up pretty aggressively and see if my body holds steady at about the 175 to 177 pound mark, somewhere in that window. Just as weight loss is not linear, weight gain is not linear. So when you're trying to lose weight, for instance, you may be dropping calories, and then even if you drop calories a little bit below your maintenance, you don't automatically start losing weight. It may take a while for your body to actually see that as a stimulus that it needs to adapt to and cause loss in body fat or muscle if you're doing things incorrectly. The same is true when you're trying to increase calories and ramp up your metabolism. My maintenance may be 3,500 calories, but I may be able to tolerate 4,000 calories without much of a gain in weight or any gain in weight. And the same is true on a higher level. I think my maintenance is probably around 4,000 calories. I feel like at my current activity level, I can consume 4,000 calories on a daily basis without seeing an increase in body weight. I'm going to be even more aggressive than that and probably bump things up to about 4,500 calories to see if my weight holds stable at the 175 to 177 window. So let's dive into the spreadsheet so you can see what that looks like from a visual standpoint. All right, here we are inside the spreadsheet. We're on week 11 right now. And as you can see, my weight has steadily increased by about a pound a week on average. I was 173.6 in week 9, 174.7 in week 10, bumped up to 176 in week 11, and right now I'm averaging right around 176.8 so far for the week. So that's a pretty good, solid, stable weight. I started the prep at about 177, so I'm pretty much to where I was at the onset from a weight standpoint. Not messed up about that at all. I like that. I want to be returning pretty much to the weight that I was at the beginning. What I want to be sure to do, though, is be taking in more calories at a healthier body fat percentage and at a higher functioning metabolism than I was at the start of the prep. So what I'm going to do is prior to this week, I've been averaging about 3,500 calories, 3,568, 3,460. And I was going to be a little bit more conservative and take in around 3,800 this week at 318 fat, 232 protein, and 12 total carbs. However, I'm going to bump it up even more aggressively over the next 2 weeks and be basically at about 4,500 calories. So almost adding 1,000 calories to what I was averaging earlier. Basically trying to establish my upper threshold from a caloric standpoint. My macros are going to look roughly like 399 grams of fat, 208 grams of protein, and about 24 grams of total carbs, which winds up being a ratio of about 79.5%. So pretty high fat ratio. But I'm going to keep it super, super clean, and that's what I'm going to dive into right now. All right, so here I am in today's food. Don't pay attention to this, these goal macros up here on top. I have not yet adjusted the goal macros for the week. So just focus on what I'm actually consuming. So in the morning, I'm going to have basically three scoops of the Redmond's Relight electrolyte powder throughout the course of the day. And then I'm doing the Nut Pods Original, I think it's a coconut-based creamer that I'm putting in my coffee. I'm doing 5 tablespoons per cup of coffee. I do 3 cups of coffee, and that's broken up into 3 different cups of coffee throughout the day, so not all in the morning drink. Meal 1, and again, I'm breaking this up basically into 2 meals. I'm having 2 total Keto Bricks and 2 pounds of 75-25 ground beef or 2 pounds of ribeye steak, something of that nature, basically 2 pounds of meat. So I'm doing 2 pounds of meat and 2 bricks, and that's averaging out to about 45 to 4,700 calories. Total fat coming at 399. The carbs are 24 total, and the protein's 208. So that's pretty much what my day is looking like from a nutrient density standpoint, from a food standpoint. Super simple and just straight to the point. Why would I want to do this? Well, let me tell you. Basically, with me having the 4,500 calorie daily intake, which is a pretty significant jump from what I was consuming, I want that to come from very clean sources that are not going to cause a lot of bloat, not going to be coming from a lot of volume. If you're going to eat 4,500 calories, and it's going to be from like vegetable sources and like a lot of leaner cuts of meat, like chicken breasts and stuff of that nature, you have to consume so much volume that you're going to just feel more bloated. You're going to have more gut distension. You're just not going to feel like $1,000,000. I had 2 pounds of ribeye last night, and then I could have run for 2 miles if I wanted to without any issue whatsoever because I don't have that weight on me. I don't have that bloat associated with eating a ton of voluminous foods. By going 2 pounds and 2 bricks, it's very calorically dense, very nutrient dense, and very easy to maintain. I mean, I've got a pretty much endless supply of Keto Bricks, which makes things easy, and then I've got a stockpile of meat in the freezer from meat that I've killed, meat that I've harvested over the years, and just meat from the local grocery stores and whatnot. So I've got a good ample supply of meat, and obviously I've got plenty of Keto Bricks. So it's just a really good way to ramp up my calories and then play it pretty safe because I'm not having a bunch of dessert-style keto foods, not a whole bunch of keto treats, not a bunch of snacks, not a bunch of crap foods with a bunch of fillers. It's all just super nutrient-dense sources from very calorically dense sources as well. And that's pretty much what I want to do for the next 2 weeks at that pretty significant caloric surplus, just to see how my body responds. Do I gain weight? Do I lose weight? Do I feel bloated? Do I feel tight? What's my energy like in the gym? What's my performance like in the gym? When I go on my daily run, do I feel winded early? Do I feel like I have stamina and endurance? Is my recovery good? I'm basically trying to figure out what my upper threshold is during this reverse diet from a caloric standpoint, in which I see no adverse effects and no unnecessary weight gain, but I'm able to kind of maximize my caloric intake to ramp up my metabolism to its full potential. A lot of people will go through a reverse diet and then they'll get scared to eat too much food, and they're kind of cutting themselves short because their metabolism could handle more, their metabolism would benefit from more, but they don't ever push the envelope to see what that line truly is. So this is me pushing the envelope to see what happens. And that's pretty much all I got for week 11. I'll see you next week for the whole recap and overview in week 12.